Hi Leo, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your May 2025 tarot reading. Thank you to those of you who have liked, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you new to the channel, swords what we have in front of us, the Celtic crossword as always, and I also pulled the 4 agreements and wisdom oracle card for you guys. We're actually going to start the reading off our own nose astrology ice we have in front of us to get an idea of where your focus should be as far as that goes. Alright, we have Cancer. So, for you guys, Cancer is actually your 12th house of spirituality, blind spots, and mental health. Astrologically speaking, it's a little quiet there now. We did pretty much just have Mars move out of Cancer and into your sign. It was there for an extended period of time as well. So this could just be pointing back to that transit. All right, we have Jupiter, and Jupiter is actually in Gemini, which is your 11th house of friendships, groups, hopes, and wishes. And we have 2. So 2 for you guys. Second house energy is Virgo. Astrologically speaking, it's a little quiet there. We do have the South Node in that sign, but in general, second house points to possession, self-worth, and finances. So we'll keep that in mind as we go through the main spread. In the main situation position, we have the Ace of Swords, and challenging that, we have the Moon. So really, the Ace of Swords is a symbol of mental clarity, whereas the Moon could be quite the opposite. So what I'm getting from this could just be saying that this month you can expect to actually get some mental clarity around the situation, but ultimately it might actually take until we have that full moon in Scorpio. For some of you, it might even take a little bit longer until we get to that new moon in Gemini, but I feel like it's more likely pointing to that full moon in Scorpio, which will be around the 12th of May. Right. In the foundation position, we have the Queen of Pentacles. So for some of you, this could be around a financial situation, and maybe you're waiting for some clarity around that, maybe regarding potentially investing or something along those lines, or if there's something within your work lives that you feel is a little bit held up right now, you can get some clarity around that this month. Right. In the past position, we have the Eight of Pentacles. So Virgo energy here, which we did talk about with your second house energy in the dice too, but yeah, so maybe this is saying that maybe you've been putting in work towards something, right? And now you're just waiting to reap the rewards of that. And maybe there's a little bit of a lack of clarity around where that is, right? So maybe you would have expected it to come in by now. You might feel like there's a bit of stagnation. So that could be what you guys are dealing with now. All right. In the present position, we have the Tower. So yeah, so for some of you, this could feel like a bit of a shock or a jolt to the system too, right? So maybe that clarity that does come through, while it might ultimately be helpful in the long run, it just might seem to come out of nowhere. So it could just be one of those things where the truth around the situation could have been eluding you. Now all of a sudden it just comes to the forefront in a powerful way. In the near future position, we have the Knight of Swords. So this is actually the court card for Gemini, and of course we'll be in Gemini season as we get toward the end of May, and we talked about Gemini energy, given that Jupiter came up in your dice as well. So yeah, could just be saying that regarding this clarity, that still seems like it hasn't come through for you guys just yet. Like I said, maybe that full moon in Scorpio could be a pivotal moment, but looks like this is saying that once it does clear, right, all the dust settles there, by the time we get to Gemini season, you'll be feeling a lot more at ease and ready to move forward with the situation. All right, in the position of your influence in a situation, we have the Ten of Pentacles. So yeah, given that we see the 8 in the past, could just be saying that maybe that's primarily what it was for some of you. Maybe you felt like you were spinning your wheels a little bit when it came to your finances, and then once you get this moment of clarity this month, you might start to see some forward momentum around that again. All right. In the environment position, we have the Eight of Wands. So yeah, so this is a very action-oriented energy. So to me, this represents things just moving again. So yeah, like I said, for some of you, it could just be as simple as when you guys had Mars moving through your 12th house, right? It just Might have felt like things weren't moving. You might have had ideas around situations, but not necessarily seeing them actually play out in reality. And now, with Mars finally in your sign again, could just be saying that, okay, now you're finally getting that momentum you're looking for. In hopes or fears position, we have the Three of Swords. So yeah, so maybe for some of you, because this was taking too long, you started to have a fear that this was just not going to work out right. So you just might have started to lose a little bit of faith as to whether or not you'd see any turnaround with the situation. You might have just felt like the clarity that you were looking for just wasn't going to come around. But again, like I said, it looks like it will this month. All right, and in the outcome position, we have the Knight of Wands. So this is Sagittarius energy here, and ultimately I feel like this is saying that, yeah, once all this energy plays out, you're going to feel a lot more light, a lot more free, able to move around, right? Not necessarily stressing the situation as much. For some of you, this could even represent, actually quite literally some travel. So if this was, maybe you've been putting off some kind of travel because you were waiting for a financial situation to clear up, it could just be pointing to that as well. Right, bottom of the deck, we have the Seven of Pentacles. So yes, ultimately this could have been what was at play to an extent, where you might have felt like you were a little bit behind, right? Maybe feeling like you were working harder to get toward your goals, but feeling like you were still ending up further back than where you began. So could just be saying that as we move through Taurus season, since this is a Taurus energy here, you'll finally start to feel the energy start to dissipate. All right, from the Four Agreements deck, we have Always Do Your Best. And it says, take your life and enjoy it. All right, it says, you are alive, so take your life and enjoy it. You were born with the right to be happy, to love, and to share your love. Just to be, to take a risk and enjoy your life is all that matters. So yeah, so definitely a positive message there, especially if you guys have been stressing yourselves out a little bit, right? Like I said, it seems like for some of you, you might have just been feeling like things got a little bit stagnant for a while, and like we mentioned, some of the astrological transits that could have been pointing to that. I mean, we also recently had a Venus retrograde, a Mercury retrograde as well. Plenty of things going on that could have been leading to all those things coming to a halt for you guys. But yeah, looks like there will be that momentum this month. From the Wisdom of the Oracle, we have Co-Create. There's the artwork. The number is 40. We'll see what this has to say. All right, essential meanings says creativity, art, inspiration, fruition, manifestation. The Oracle's message: you may not consider yourself a creative person, but in fact you are creating your reality every moment of every day via your thoughts, feelings, beliefs, intentions, and actions. Yet you must consider that you do so in partnership with spirit, consciousness, God, or whatever you call your higher power. You are a spark of this intelligence that works through you, nudging you with inspired thought and intuitive guidance. You are a paintbrush that co-creates a beautiful, unique expression of your own individuality, blended with universal spirit. You are a product of divine inspiration, and now you're aligned with it to create miracles. When you view your life as art and know you co-create it, only beauty and grace result. Prepare to be amazed. So yeah, definitely a positive message there. Like I said, especially if you guys did feel like you were lacking clarity for a while, and again, like I said, feel like you were spinning your wheels and not getting traction on something. Okay, the relationship message says connections in the heart serve to inspire you, opening you up to new ideas you never would have come to on your own. You are looking in a mirror held up by this experience and seeing yourself in an unexpected way. Who is this extraordinary being looking back at you? You are going to be so happy that you kept the art open. Your love is a unique work of art now, the very embodiment of beauty. So yeah, definitely a positive message there. This really seemed to be more of a financially focused month for you guys, but if you're looking for some relationship guidance, hopefully that resonated as well. And lastly, we have the prosperity message. It says, flashes of inspiration give rise to great success when you receive this message. You are at your most creative now, and whatever you apply yourself to will lead to the fruition of your dreams. Remember that all your ideas are channeled from a higher source. You create your reality in partnership with spirit. The potential for manifestation is unlimited now. Revel in its vastness. So yeah, definitely a positive message here as well. So yeah, like I said, definitely look for that moment of clarity to hit you guys this month, given that we saw that Ace of Swords there. Like I said, it seems more than likely it will be around the time of that Scorpio full moon, but for some of you maybe a little bit before and some a little after that. But hopefully that resonates with you guys. We're up there and I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.